Fern in just a few seconds' time. For those of you that have just joined us, an 8.9 magnitude earthquake has struck off the coast of Japan, and a 10-meter-high tsunami has hit the coast, the northern coast of Japan as well.
People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground.
High tsunami has hit the coast, the northern coast of Japan. 7th largest in recorded history. Let's get all the details. Mike Fern is our man in Tokyo. Mike, what's the latest?
Well, I don't know if you can.
These objects were completely undetected until they entered our atmosphere.
What we just witnessed come out of the ocean.
12 different locations across the globe were breached.
There are massive casualties in Moscow, Paris. We lost communications with Tokyo.
Tokyo, the capital further south, was feeling it as well in different ways. TV channels showed fires burning, people trapped in high-rise buildings.
We lost communications with Tokyo.
Our story takes place in a nice, cozy little farmyard. The characters, in order of their appearance, are Cocky Locky, head man, chicken inspector, supervisor of egg production. A good guy to know nowadays. This is Henny Penny and the local rocking chair brigade. Always ready to poke their beaks into everybody's business instead of sticking to their knitting. Here we have them at the bridge table. Who are they pecking to pieces now? Let's listen in. Sound just like people, don't they? Now we see them at Madame Poulette's beauty coop, getting the popular red henna rinse. This is Turkey Lurkey and the Smart Set, who spend all day discussing what is wrong with the world. There's this element, too. The Jitterbirds. A pretty feather-brained crowd. And here are Goosey Poosey and Ducky Lucky and all the other gay ducks. A thirsty lot, always around where there's something to drink. Now, last but not least, here is Chicken Little, playboy and yo-yo champ. A little shy on brains, but a good egg as chickens go. As our story continues, we find all our fine-feathered friends happy and contented. And why not? Didn't they have a big, strong fence protecting them? But wait a minute. What's this? Aha! It's Foxy Loxy, the poultry fancier. Looks like he's taken an interest in our little community. A culinary interest. So why doesn't he just jump in and help himself? Do you suppose it's because of the high fence? Or the locks on the inside? Or the farmer's shotgun?
But I'm not a fox for nothing. Besides, there's more than one way to pluck a chicken. Psychology. Why should I just get one when I can get them all? Quote, to influence the masses, aim first at the least intelligent. Unquote. Now let's see. Who looks nice and stupid? Cocky Lucky? Turkey Lucky? Ducky Lucky, Goosey Poosey, Henny Penny, Chicken Little. He looks nice and stupid. Quote, if you tell him a lie, don't tell a little one, tell a big one. Unquote. This is the voice of doom speaking. Special bulletin. Flash. The sky is falling. A piece of it just hit you on the head. Now be calm. Don't get panicky. Run for your life!
Get in, Manny.
That's funny. You gotta get out of the car. You can't do this. It's not my car. It's not your car. What are you going, kids?
Manny,
shut up. Acting crazy.
Get in,
Manny.
Manny.
Get out. Guy's gonna come back. He's not gonna.
Manny, I don't have time to explain.
This is busting my chops here. I got a shop to run. You know how many
Manny,
people's
listen.
cars? No, wait. Get out of the car.
Get in, Manny, or you're gonna die.
Okay. All right, get out of the truck. I'm not kidding now. Get out of the car, Ray. I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna
Get in with us.
I'm not fooling around. I got a busy day ahead of me.
Close it. Just get out! Get down! Get down!
The sky is falling! The sky is falling! A piece of it just hit me on the head! The sky is falling! Hurry, hurry! Run, everybody! The sky is falling! The sky is falling! There you are, you see? Just like I told you! Hit me on the head! Sure enough? Oh, my goodness! How awful! What'll we do? We'll all be killed!
Now look here. What's all the fuss and feathers?
Something awful has happened! A piece of the sky fell down and hit me on the head!
A piece of the sky? Nonsense. It's just a hunk of wood. Guess that's the end of your stew, Mr. Foxy Loxy. All right now, folks, break it up. Back to business as usual.
Oh, wise guy, huh? I'll fix him. Now, let's see now. Here we are. Quote, undermine the faith of the masses and their leaders. Unquote.
Sergeant Osmond, a peace officer for the city of Oakland, I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. And in the name of the people of the state of California, command all those assembled at 14th and Broadway to immediately leave. If you do not do so, you may be arrested or subject to other police action, including the use of force, which may result in serious injuries. Section 4.
Well, I suppose Hockey Locky knows what he's talking about. Well, yes. He ought to know.
But listen, girls. Suppose he's wrong. He's only human, you know. And if he should happen to be wrong, we'd all be killed. Now, in my opinion, Cocky Locky shows definite totalitarian tendencies. He's trying to dictate to us. We can judge for ourselves whether the sky is falling or not. Say, fellas, I hear old Cocky Locky's been hitting a match lately. Yeah, he's full of corn. His brain is pickled.
Uh-oh, there it goes. The whispering campaign.
Hey, sister, you hear about Cocky Locky? He ain't got all his marbles. Ain't it awful?
Oh, definitely, my dear.
Wow, what a wolf!
Did you hear? Cocky Locky is wallowing in corn. I bet he's quite a chicken chaser. No, you don't say so. There's no fowl like an old fowl. He's not the cock of the walk anymore.
What?
Not the cock of the walk anymore.
Quote, by the use of flattery, insignificant people can be made to look upon themselves as born leaders. Unquote. Now's your chance, kid. They'll listen to you now. You were born to be a leader. Go do it.
Listen to me, everybody. I'm your new leader. I'm going to save your lives. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Don't listen to that pipsqueak. The sky isn't falling.
I tell you, there's two falling.
And I tell you it isn't.
There's two.
All right. If the sky is falling, why doesn't it hit me on the head?
What if you found out the sky was falling? Would you tell anyone? Would you be scared? Maybe even a little chicken?
Ow.
On November 4th.
A piece of the sky? Not again! The sky is falling!
Something really big is going down.
What's that noise? Sorry. Nervous eater.
Walt Disney Pictures presents...
Come on, Dad. We've got a planet to save.
Rock me a little hippie boy.
Chicken Little.
Look, Mama, there's the crazy chicken. Yes, it is crazy, little chicken. You're so smart. We don't make eye contact. Bye-bye.
Abby Mallard, a.k.a. Ugly Duckling.
By the way, I'd like to say I've always found you extremely attractive.
Fish out of water.
Fish, are you okay? Don't tap the glass. They hate it when you do that.
Runt of the litter.
I can't handle the pressure.
Where's your bag? Where's your bag?
Mucupine Porcupine.
Yo.
Butt Cluck.
Son, there's something I want you to know.
What, Dad?
In about 3 seconds, I'm going to scream like a little girl.
Turkey Lurkey.
Hurry!
Oh, look! A penny.
Guys!
Oh, right.
This November. Some heroes are born great. Others have greatness dropped upon them. Disney's Chicken Little.
Well, at least we can sell the video to Chickens Gone Wild.
Now, an alien invasion, could it really happen? The US military is making plans just in case.
What are the official plans for contact with extraterrestrials? Will they come in peace or war? And what can humanity do in the face of alien invasion?
Yes, it is best to be prepared for anything, and Professor Paul Springer from the US Air Command and Staff College would advise the military in the event of an invasion. He had to get special government clearance to talk to us, and I spoke to him earlier. Paul, it's an incredibly difficult thing, isn't it, to plan to fight back against an enemy we would know absolutely nothing about?
Well, that's absolutely true, but at the same time, we make all kinds of contingency and war plans against enemies that we never expected to face in combat.
How would you go about fighting an enemy that was just so infinitely superior in technology?
Well, the first thing you'd want to try to do is preserve your forces as best you could. You would want to learn as much about the enemy as possible, and that would mean things like trying to find vulnerabilities, trying to capture technology, but survival is your first priority, because if you send all of your forces into the field and have them destroyed by that superior enemy force, then when you do find a vulnerability, you won't have any opportunity to exploit it.
Is this something, this kind of planning, that governments around the world do consider?
It is, in the same way that governments do plan for any future potential calamities or conflicts. This is the type of thing that, because it's neutral, you're not provoking a fight or assuming a fight with a country that you might want to maintain a good diplomatic relationship with. If you insert alien in place of some human civilization that you might come into conflict with, then you're far less likely to create any kind of a diplomatic problem.
Wouldn't it be a strange situation if humanity had to band together if we were fighting alongside, I guess, Russia or the Taliban?
It would, but keep in mind that many of the greatest civilizations in human history have been formed basically to counter a common enemy. And you look at some of the great world powers of the globe today, and you find a lot of them formed because of the fear of a common enemy. Take, for example, the United States, where you had 13 colonies, each of which pursued its own interests and its own goals, until they had to band together to try to win their independence collectively from the British.
You make some very good points, and we're lucky to have you should the worst arise. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But what if there was some sort of outer space crisis? An alien invasion sounds crazy, perhaps, but then who thought we'd ever see the stock market swing 5% a day all week long? So maybe it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. If aliens invaded, who would step up to lead us in that fight, and could we even win? That's just one of the questions the Discovery Channel's new series, Curiosity, looks at. Joining me now is physics professor Michio Kaku, who is a consultant for the series. Professor, welcome. The biggest question before we get any invasion is, do aliens even exist, and how would we know?
Well, the Kepler satellite currently orbiting in outer space has identified about 50 planets that seem very much Earth-like. In fact, every week we discover another Jupiter-sized planet in outer space. Now, to be sure, most of them probably have no more than microbial life, just germs. But a few of them may have intelligent life, perhaps even more advanced than what we have on Earth.
Now, why do we assume that they're going to be hostile? Isn't there a chance that any aliens we encounter could come to us more like E.T. and less like Predator?
Yeah, personally, I think for the most part, alien civilizations that are 1 million years ahead of us have had 1 million years to sort out racial, sectarian, and religious differences among themselves. So I think for the most part, they're going to be peaceful. And for the most part, they're going to find resources on uninhabited planets. Why bother with the Earth with restive natives when you have all these other planets loaded with natural resources and nobody lives on them? However, we do have to plan for the day that maybe a few of them could be hostile.
Now, I'm wondering if there can't be an upside to all this. I'm a big fan of the original Star Trek series, and it was only when, you know, there were alien civilizations that seemed to challenge the Earth that you found that the Earth got its act together for the kind of global governance that all the, you know, all the visionaries say we need that if we're going to deal with climate change, if we're going to deal with all the modern issues, global finance, where the sovereignty of individual nations is actually a political barrier to solving these big problems. So can there be an upside to the alien threat?
Believe it or not, when President Ronald Reagan met Mikhail Gorbachev, we now know during the transcripts of the meeting that he said that if we were ever attacked by the Martians, you and me, the Soviets and the capitalist U.S., would be allies in the fight against the Martians. Well, that's how Ronald Reagan looked at it, and believe it or not, there's some truth to it. If we are faced with a common enemy in outer space, it would indeed help to unite the Earth, just the way Ronald Reagan said.
Chicken Little's right. What'll we do? Oh, Chicken Little, you've got to help us.
Run to the cave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it, to the cave. To the cave.
Out the gate! Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Dinner is served.
Don't worry, folks. This all turns out all right.
Delicious.
Hey, wait a minute. This isn't right. That's not the way it ends in my book.
Oh, yeah? Don't believe everything you read, brother.